Welcome to another episode of B.A.S.E We Have Built.
In today's episode, we have Alvin, a client who decided to embark on this journey of building his next base with us. We are really glad to have him with us today. Hi Alvin, thank you for being here with us today. So how are you feeling now that the move-in date is less than 1 year away?
Definitely excited because I guess for me and my wife and our family, we never really thought that we will be moving into a condo lah. Minus away the stress of moving the house, but I guess it's a lot of excitement looking forward to the new place lah, because I'm sure my son will enjoy all the facilities.
So for our viewers, would you like to do a quick recap of your property journey with us? Like what are you currently staying in and what will you be moving to?
Okay, I'm actually staying in a 4-room HDB in Punggol Drive, bought directly from the government under the BTO scheme. So where I'll be moving to is actually a new condo that's going to TOP next year.
So what do you like about your new place?
Definitely in terms of the fact that it's a condo with facilities, I think this is the part which appealed to us because we have a young kid and we actually want him to enjoy these facilities. Next thing is definitely the location itself, because that's actually one of our key consideration when we decide to buy the property itself. It's near to my parents, near to his future school also. Yep. And the biggest reason was that basically the unit that we have shortlisted, it actually fits our budget, which was a very important consideration also.
So now that we have embarked on this upgrading journey, how do you benefit from this?
The first benefit was definitely that Godfrey and Rachel allow me to step out of my comfort zone. I think prior to meeting them, I haven't really thought of moving out of this place. When we first bought it, the amount of money that we spent on renovation, it was really more for the longer term. But I guess after meeting them, that's where they actually sat down and analyzed past trends of basically the prices of Punggol after the MOP, and also I think with the detailed calculations involved, it allowed us to have the confidence to actually step out of the comfort zone. Because buying a condo is not exactly we're not exactly talking about very small quantum. So it's important that for us the financial actually makes sense. I think the last benefit would definitely be in terms of the fact that by doing this whole upgrading and everything, it allowed me to unlock cash out from my property itself. And also at the same point in time keep a very good safety buffer in case of rainy days. Now again with the whole COVID situation, I think there's a lot of uncertainty in the market and economy, but for them they actually really give me a lot of confidence that through all this calculation, the financials actually really make sense, and with the buffer that they have created for myself, to me is that that is the key thing also, because it allowed me to really move on, do my asset progression without worrying that I may face any financial problem in the short term. It actually acts as a savings plan also, because prior to this, as I mentioned, I was staying in a 4-room HDB flat. The monthly mortgage payment was actually very comfortable, so as to speak. So end up, with the spare cash that I actually have, basically, I didn't really channel it into, growing my assets and stuff like that. But again, as we shared about this whole asset progression journey, he allowed me to see that, hey, beside the fact that this house is, a place to stay in and everything, this also acts as a savings plan for myself by channeling my spare cash into this house. Basically it retains the value in there itself. So if in future when I decide to cash out from this, whether or not I'm upgrading to a next property, or by then I decide to sell it off to cash out, basically whatever that I have been putting aside on a monthly basis, these values are still retained inside the house itself, which I could actually tap on in future.
What's your initial understanding of upgrading?
For us at that point of time before we met up with Godfrey and Rachel, I think it was something that we really never thought about, because to us it seems to involve a lot of money involved. We need to have a lot of money in our bank account. and it seems that the whole process is quite complicated. The initial part was really, I think, really trying to get out of our comfort zone.
So what were your concerns when having the idea of upgrading?
So, the primary concern would definitely be in terms of the financials, or even in the case of, if my spouse decides to stop work subsequently, will we still be able to, upkeep with the mortgage payments and stuff like that. So, I would say that the main concern definitely is more on the money, financial element of it. All in, I think from the start where we first started our initial discussion to now, I think all in is about 3 months. So the initial month was a lot of back and forth because again, same thing, there was definitely fear, uncertainty in us, so the first month I think was a lot of, going back and forth. But thereafter, as we got comfortable with his style, as we got comfortable with the numbers that was being presented, as we got comfortable with the idea that, actually we can actually move on and give, the kids a better environment to grow up in, then I think we were very clear in our direction already, and we just move forward from there. For me, I think the key thing why I decided to deal with Homebase and Godfrey and Rachel was actually the fact that they actually put clients' interest first. To me, I think that is very important for a salesperson, because if you don't actually put clients' interest first, then again the trust can't be established. So for myself, in this whole journey itself, we really had full trust and faith in Homebase and Godfrey and Rachel. So this was really because they displayed to me the fact that they actually put clients' interest first. Because for us, I think I think like what I've mentioned from the start about trying to manage my expectations, trying to let me have a realistic idea about what price to sell in, and again to identifying the next property. They didn't tell me to exhaust out every single cent that I have without leaving a buffer, trying to paint a nice rosy picture. So I think for that fact itself, I really got to credit the both of them, because I think out of so many agents, it's really hard to find an agent that is really putting clients' interest first. So that really appealed to me most. It's okay to be fearful, definitely, because same thing, I was also in the same situation as most of you guys. And again, same thing, I have also spent my nights scrolling through Facebook, looking at the various adverts and stuff like that, and then not taking any action. So the key thing is to acquire knowledge. Don't be afraid to ask. You got to ask yourself, what do you want to achieve for your family in your lifetime. And for myself, it was very clear. I want to give my family a good environment to grow up in. I want to give my wife a comfortable home to stay in. So this was very clear, and I would like to thank Homebase, Godfrey and Rachel for assisting me in this asset progression journey, and also allowing me to give my kid a good environment to grow up in, and for my wife a very comfortable home to stay in.